Welcome back to Yoga with Krysta. My name is Krysta French, and today I'll be your yoga teacher. Today I'll be guiding you through an easy 20-minute morning Vinyasa yoga class to help you get stretched out and get moving for your day. So when you're ready, you can come join me on the mat. So we'll begin our class today seated back on the heels, closing the eyes, allowing the hands to come on top of the thighs, and find a few deep breaths here, noticing the state of your body and the state of your mind this morning. Noticing where you are mentally and physically, and just acknowledging that without judgment. Take a nice deep breath right here. You can sigh it out as you exhale, and then begin to walk your hands forward. Press your hips back towards your heels. Find a child's pose, but keep your arms active. So stay on the pads of the fingers, lifting the palms off the ground. Really stretching the arms, stretching the back side of the shoulders and the spine. And then begin to walk your fingertips over toward the right side of the body. So get a nice big stretch across the left side, stretching all the way from fingertip down to the hip. And then walk it back towards center all the way to the left side. So big stretch across the right side of the body. Full deep breath. And then come back to center one more time. Big stretch through the spine, pressing the hips on back. Allow your palms to come down to the ground this time. And then begin to come all the way up, just peeling the spine up. Interlace your fingers behind you, so we're still sitting back on the heels. And then pull the knuckles down toward the ground. Lift your heart, open your chest. Keep your arms pulling back as you pull the chin down towards the chest. And then lift your heart one more time, open the heart. And then release what you have. Walk your hands forward, come onto your hands and knees, and start to move through a few rounds of your cat-cow. So inhale, belly falls, heart lifts, and exhale, we're rounding the spine. So there's never a wrong way to move here. So move in a way that really suits you today. Take one more round right here. Nice big curve in the spine. And then toes can tuck under as you lift the hips, send them all the way back to find your first down dog. You can start to roll your ankles around, pedal your heels out, shake the head out a little bit, yes and no. Roll the shoulders down the back, away from the ears. The hips can get a little bit higher here. We'll just take a few vinyasas just to warm up the body. So make sure that you're linking your breath together with your movement. And if you need to move slower or a little bit quicker, feel free. This is your practice. So at the bottom of your next exhale, you can look forward and then start to take a walk up to the front of your mat. Find your first flat back. So hands can touch the shins or the floor, and then soften your knees and fold. Take ragdoll here. So just start to take opposite elbows, sway side to side. Keep your knees bent, interlace your fingers over your low back, draw your hands away from the body. So big stretch in the shoulders. Again, moving side to side, opening up. And then release the hands, find your flat back, again, lengthen. Exhale to fold over. Inhale, arms reach high, palms press up overhead, and hands lower through the heart and all the way to the sides. Inhale, sweep it high again. Exhale, we're folding from the hips, hinging forward. Inhale to your flat back and lower the hands, step back, find a plank pose. Keep the core engaged as you drop your knees and then lower down to the belly. Inhale, find your cobra. Keep the thighs on the ground as you lift your heart. And then exhale, press all the way back, downward facing dog. So come back to the rhythm of your breath. You might even start to connect with your ujjayi breath here, that ocean sounding breath. Continuing to warm up the body. And then from this down dog, we're going to shorten the stance just about 1 foot length. So just walk it in just a little bit. Right hand comes over to the outer side of the left leg. So anywhere you can grab, maybe the calf, maybe the ankle, find a little twist there. So looking underneath the armpit, place the palm down, switch sides. So left hand comes over to the outside of the right leg, little twist. Keep breathing. Release the hand down, and then gaze comes forward, step it up, flat back, lengthen. Exhale to fold over. Inhale, arms reach high, palms press up overhead, and hands lower down through the heart and down to the sides. Inhale, reach it up again. Lengthen and look up, stretching, and exhale, fold from the hips. Inhale to your flat back. And hands plant, step, or if you're ready, float back, can lower down chaturanga or all the way to the belly. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, heart opens. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Full steady breathing. So stretching out across the spine, getting into the hamstrings, getting into the calves and the Achilles. So the whole body is getting a nice big opening. One more full breath right here. And then again at the bottom of the exhale, keep those hips high, step or float up to the front, lengthen the spine, flat back, and fold as you exhale. Inhale, sweep it on up, Urdhva Hastasana, palms press, hands lower down to the heart and down to the sides. Inhale, reach up again. Exhale, we're folding forward. Inhale, find that flat back, and hands down, step or float back to chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing. Exhale to downward facing dog. And then from that down dog, lift the right leg high behind you. You can open your hip up, kind of roll it around, get a nice big stretch. Come back and find a straight leg. And then begin to step it all the way up in between the hands for your high lunge. So the hip bones stay squared. That back heel is going to remain lifted as you reach your arms all the way up toward the sky. Soften across the shoulders. Big breath right here. And then begin to split your arms, finding almost goalpost arms. So elbows are drawing back, heart is opening. Then lower the left hand as you lift the right arm high, keeping the back leg lifted, finding your twisted lunge. Full steady breath. Release the right hand down. Just begin to straighten that right leg. So left leg's already straight, right leg becomes straight, and then point your right toes up toward the sky as you reach your chin down toward the shin. So big stretch through the hamstring, and then placing that foot back down, place the left heel down as you open to warrior two. Arms reach wide. Gaze drops over the right fingers, soften across your shoulders. Begin to revolve your warrior, reaching back through the right fingertips. Nice big side body stretch. Open the entire side body and then cartwheel the hands down and step back, and vinyasa is yours. So you can always skip these vinyasas, either sub them out for a child's pose or just come right back into your down dog. So find your breath again, and then lift the left leg high, open your hip up, roll it around, get a big stretch there. Eventually coming back to find a straight leg. And then step it up in between the hands, finding that high lunge. So hips and shoulders squared forward, reach through the fingertips, soften across your shoulders, and then split your arms. So bend your elbows, elbows are drawing back, lift your heart a little bit higher, and then drop that right hand down to find your twist. Left arm extends high. Rotate your torso open. Stay connected to the breath. Drop the left hand. Slide the hips back just to lengthen both legs this time. Reach your chin down over toward your shin. Flexing the left foot up. Steady breath. Big stretch in the hamstrings, placing the foot down, placing the back heel down. Open your arms, warrior two. Soften where you can. Shoulders over the hips. Feel that heat build in the thigh as you revolve and reverse your warrior. Keep reaching through those fingers, pressing into the knee, and then cartwheel your hands down and step back and take your vinyasa. So making your way back into down dog. How's the breath? From your dog, go ahead and lower the knees. Sink the hips back for a full child's pose. Any variation with your arms that feels good. You can roll your forehead back and forth a little bit. Nice, full, steady breathing. And then eventually walk your hands back up. We're going to come on to the shins, finding our way into 2 rounds of our camel pose. So go slowly. You're still opening up the spine, so don't rush into anything. Take the hands at the low back, fingers point down to the floor. Lift your heart, spread open the collarbones, draw your elbows toward each other, and tip your gaze back very gently. Just opening the throat, opening up across your heart. Steady breath, coming back to neutral. So hips over the knees still. This time go a little bit deeper if it feels good. Lift your chest, roll the heart open, push the hip bones forward. Breathing deeply, steady breath, and then slowly come back up. Take a seat back onto your heels just for a moment. And then finding a nice counter stretch, tuck your chin in, finding that full child's pose with the hands down by your heels this time. So come back up. We're going to stay on the heels. Bend your elbows. The right arm hooks under the left for eagle arm. So cross those hands any amount. Shoulders roll down the back. Elbows lift. And then push the hands away from your face. So keep breathing. Get that nice big stretch in the shoulders. Release what you have. Shake it out and we'll switch sides. Bend your elbows. The left arm comes under the right. Cross those hands. And then again, shoulders away from the ears, elbows lift. Push your hands away from the face. Keep breathing. Release what you have, shake it on out, let it go. Walk your hands out in front of you and lift your hips, downward facing dog. You can pedal your heels out again or shake your head. Take a few deep breaths. And this time we're going to look forward, step or hop the feet to the outside of the hand, landing in your yogi squat, malasana. So hands together in front of your heart, elbows plug into the inner thighs as you lift your chest. Roll your heart open and sink the hips a little bit deeper. So big stretch through the hips. And then see if you can just lean back as you sit down. If you fall, that's okay. You can extend your legs long. Right leg stays long. Left foot comes into the inner thigh for Janu Shirshasana. So fold over that extended right leg, reaching your chin down over toward the shin. Big stretch through the hamstrings. Notice the breath. And then slowly come up. We're going to find a twist here. So left foot hooks over the right thigh. And if you want more, bend the right knee. Either way, left hand is behind you. Right arm stretches high. Take your twist over toward the left side, and then inhale, begin to lengthen. And exhale, find a deeper twist as you look back over the left shoulder. Every time you inhale, focus on the length. Every time you exhale, focus on the depth that you're able to find. Take the gaze back to center, unwind, take a little counter twist off to the right side, and then come back up. You can extend the right leg and then the left. Give it a nice shake. Switching sides here. Left leg extends, right foot bends, or right knee bends. Fold over the left leg. Reach your chin down over toward the shin. Big stretch through the hamstrings. And then slowly we're going to come back up. Right foot crosses over, and then left knee can bend. Right hand is behind you this time as you lift the left arm. Twist off to the right side. Inhale, begin to lengthen. And then exhale, find more depth as you twist, looking back over the right shoulder. Untwist, take your little counter stretch off to the left side. Come back up, can uncross your legs, give them a little bit of a shake. And then feet come together for bound angle, Baddha Konasana. Begin to fold over. So you can even use your elbows. There's a little bit of resistance, pressing into the inner thighs to open the hips up a little bit more. And then slowly pick yourself back up. Plant your feet down, hips width. Take the hands behind you, fingers point towards you. Lift your chest and then lift your heart and your hips all the way up as you tip the gaze back. So trying to get the hips even with the rest of the body. Nice big stretch in the shoulders and then come down. Extend your legs long and then lay down on your back. Start to bend your knees, hug them into your chest. You can rock a little bit left and right, massage the low back, massage the sacrum, and then grab your feet to find a happy baby. So anything that feels good here. For me, I like to extend one leg and keep the other knee bent and then switch it. But if you like both knees bent or both legs straight, go ahead and just experiment with what feels good for you. So take one more big breath right here. And then you can take the feet down to the ground, just kind of windshield wiper the knees. We're going to lay down to take our rest in Shavasana. So our quote today is one of my favorites. It comes from Rumi. It's rigged, everything, in your favor, so there is nothing to worry about. So as you take your Shavasana, just focus your awareness and your attention on your breath. So begin to deepen the breath. And start to send some movement back into the fingers and toes. You can stretch out, roll to the side. And eventually press yourself up, find a comfortable and easy seat. And just allow your hands to come together in front of your heart. Take a moment just to connect with your body, connect with your breath. And begin to thank yourself for choosing to show up, for choosing to take the time to honor yourself today. And thank you so much for sharing your own practice with me. The light in me bows to the light in you. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this class, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel so you'll never miss a free yoga class. And for more full-length classes, you can check out krystafrench.com. Have a wonderful day. I will see you on the mat soon.